Hello everyone and welcome to our podcast. We are coming to you from the 4th Şuşa Global Media Forum. My name is Nermin and today we will be discussing AI, digital platforms and algorithms shaping the future of online experiences. It's my pleasure to welcome our guest from United States, Mr. Peter. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Nermin, thank you for having me here. It's a great pleasure to be in this magnificent city of Şuşa, the cultural heart of Azerbaijan, and thanks again for having me here.
Without further ado, let's begin with the first question. How is AI changing the way journalists and digital creators tell stories?
Absolutely. Well, this is a concern that many journalists, media experts, and news agencies are facing today. There are some journalists that tend to have a propensity towards receiving as many clicks as possible, as much popularity as possible, but they sacrifice the truth. There are other journalists and there are other research scholars that focus more on investigating and getting closer to the truth, but they do not get a lot of popularity. They do not get a lot of clicks. So these are some of the issues that the world of information technology, AI, and news in general, the news landscape in general, has been facing for some time. With the artificial intelligence in mind, we do have some certain concerns, some serious concerns when it comes to ethics in the media, misinformation, disinformation, and information warfare. These are some issues that concern all of us and raise the level of awareness up to the maximum, because we are ever more unable to dissect what is the truth from fake and what is fact from misinformation.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right. And you talk about so important part of this topic. Thank you for sharing. And I want to ask the second question. How much do algorithms shape what we read, watch, and believe every day?
Well, algorithms are a challenge because they are pretty much concocted. They are shaped in a certain way by corporate world. And when we have a combination of corporate interests with the regular average opinion makers and those who consume the media, there is always friction, because the corporate world would like to implement with the help of algorithms, a certain current of news, a certain current of topics and events taking place on the principal pages of media agencies. But when it comes to those who consume the news, to the regular citizens and to the average citizen in many institutions, whether they are public or private, they not necessarily like what the corporate world, in alliance with technology and in alliance with certain media channels, want to push forward. So algorithms are becoming for some nations, and for even some governments, are becoming a problem, because they are the algorithm tendency and the algorithm crisis, let's call it that way, the algorithm crisis is causing detraction, is seriously harming the ethics and fair reporting on a certain topic, on a certain matter that concerns a particular nation, a particular country, or a particular region.
Yes, you are right. And of course, nowadays, mainly some media organizations focus on algorithms, and they discuss about it, they think about it, and of course you are right. And the third question is, what responsibilities do digital platforms have in creating healthier online spaces?
The digital platforms, as well as social media companies, including LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, X, they all have a commitment with the societies and with the communities where they are present. And in this regard, it would be very, very important for these social media platforms to engage in the development of corporate social responsibility projects. And that means doing some and leading the development of some projects that benefit directly those vulnerable societies where they are operating. For example, TikTok is present on many of the underdeveloped countries. And with that said, they do have a wider audience in some underdeveloped countries in Africa, South America, Central America, Europe, even in Central Asia. But that doesn't mean only for TikTok to generate money from advertisement. They also have a responsibility. The principal duty of them is also of agencies or of companies like TikTok and others have a responsibility to give back to the community through projects that are within the concept of the corporate social responsibility, CSR. And these are some issues that we will be facing in the years to come. And Şuşa Global Media Forum is a platform where we discuss these issues. Unlike in any other nation in the world, this is the only place in the world where we discuss these matters that affect the economies of regions, the economies of continents, the logistical development, the industrial development of nations. And the Republic of Azerbaijan is doing a huge favor to the world by organizing such an event, because to my knowledge, there is no other country in the world that has given so much passion, so much energy, and so much resources to bring together over 150 international experts focused on the study of the media and disinformation to come into this beautiful city of Şuşa and share their expertise, their knowledge and wisdom on how to better tackle these issues that are becoming ever more vulnerable and intertwined.
Yes, thank you for your sharing. And now I want to ask about which storytelling formats do you think will shape audience over the next 5 years? And how can media organization embrace AI while preserving creativity and editorial integrity?
Well, the editorial integrity is something that will always be vulnerable in front of the expansion of the artificial intelligence role on many, and that includes many aspects of video production, book editorial process, drafting an article in most of the languages in the world. And the future of knowledge the future of acquiring knowledge will be mostly through digital platforms. That is a trend that cannot be reverted. But at the same time, the traditional reading of a book or the traditional teaching of a course, let's say physics or mathematics or literature, philosophy, theology, there is no better way than attending a classroom. These are some traditional mechanisms that will never get old, unfortunately. So whether we have artificial intelligence around us or not, the traditional method of teaching, to me, is the best. And Azerbaijan has been doing really well in terms of preserving the research-based methodology of teaching.
Thank you for valuable sharings. And looking ahead, what would a more trustworthy and people-centered digital ecosystem look like?
The platforms that are more user-friendly and are more impartial in regards to the content that they publish. are the ones that fully comply with integrity, ethics, and professionalism, and reducing up to the minimum the interference of artificial intelligence softwares. There is no substitute to human brain, no matter what humans can do within the framework of artificial intelligence initiatives or projects. The level of instinct and the level of thought processing that humans have, it's irreplaceable.
At the end, thank you for sharing and thank you for time. And thank you to everyone for watching. Don't forget to follow us in our social media channels for more exclusive content from the fourth Şuşa Global Media Forum. Thank you.
Narmin, thank you very much for having me here today, and greetings to everyone from this beautiful city of Shusha, Republic of Azerbaijan.